Okay. Come and sit up comfortably in a cross-legged position. Hands where they feel comfortable. Breath right where you need it. Build your pose from the ground up, a bit like doing a Lego construction. Just for a moment, become really, really aware of your bottom. Feel your sit bones, the little kind of bony protrusions that, you know, hopefully covered by a little bit of padding. But just feel like you draw down through that area. And then as you take your inhales in particular, lift up through the front belly and the back body, extending skywards. Edges of your legs, your feet are active and they're pressing down. It's a subtle press, but you press down into the mat, into the earth, and then you feel like a little lift back from that. Because you're then so firmly kind of grounded, you have the possibility of softening the upper body. Tone in your belly allows your shoulder blades to relax, your neck to feel long, your jaw to not be clamped shut. Now you can take a deep breath. The intent we're going to be working with this morning is to view challenging things in your life in smaller pieces, if that makes sense, like bite-sized chunks. So some of the overwhelm which we often feel when things are not going quite according to plan is because we catastrophize and we look too far forwards. Create scenarios in our head of things that may happen. If you only look at the small thing that you might be able to handle or deal with right now, everything becomes a tiny bit more manageable. I used to say to my eldest daughter, who suffers a lot from anxiety, you have to think about what you can do in the next hour. You can't go beyond that. So that's good for us, right? Because in the next hour, we get to breathe and move and be on our mats. Perfect. Take a really big inhale, feel your side ribs expand and lift up through the crown of the head. As you exhale, soften the jaw, let the breath move out of your torso. Do 3 more breaths like this where you just feel the breath. It's really simple. Nothing happening, just the breath. Deep breaths like little love notes to your own body. Final inhale, lift up, feel the extension rising through you. Maybe a sigh out. And then gently blink your eyes open, come back to the room. Change the cross of your legs, come into your alternative cross-leg position. Let's do a little neck release. Pick up your left arm and have it in, as if you're about to do unlocking the shoulders. So elbow level with the shoulder. You could see it from side on, it looks like this. Hold the forearm forward. So feel like you actually draw the bicep, the head of the shoulder out of the socket. And then just take your head and very gently let it fall and move towards the right shoulder. So as you press the forearm forwards and you lean your head to the right, there's your neck stretch. Take it in. Feels a little awkward this, right? It feels awkward for me because I don't know, I don't really like this. I often think that's the best thing to be doing. Do the poses you're not that keen on. They teach you the most about yourself. So just breathe 3 more breaths into the left side of the neck as you press your left forearm away from the socket of the shoulder. Slightly lean the head back. Separate the teeth. Take your right hand, cup the side of your own head and lift it up. And lower the left arm down. Take a full breath in, both arms reach. Lengthen into your side ribs, twist completely to the left and float your right hand to brace the knee, bringing left arm behind you. Take a long breath through the front body. Twisting, draw the left shoulder blade down and look straight out the center line of your chest. Don't use your neck to do the twist. But if anything, bring that softness back into it you just activated. Become aware of the upper back and use that to draw the twist a little deeper. On an inhale, decompress. Change the cross of your legs back to your less or not, probably more comfortable side. Pick up the right forearm away from the face. So feel this kind of reaching forwards out of the socket and then take your head and just let it tilt towards the left shoulder. Bigger breaths. Right side might be tighter, might feel even more awkward. This gets into an area of the neck that connects the shoulder via the scalenes, which is different from some of the other neck stretches we do. Slightly lift your chin and let your head almost loll backwards. Keep pressing the forearm away from the chest. 2 more breaths. Can you explore the bits that don't feel so cozy? Take your left hand, cup the side of your own head, lift your head straight, no neck muscles engaged. Let the arm float down, take a full inhale, reach up. Twist your torso to the right. Hands float down, they brace, one comes behind, the right fingertips pressing into the mat, lift your chest. The twist is, I don't know, it's not 100%, right? You don't have to go hell for leather. Work into the twist gradually, do it in bite-sized chunks. Neck stays soft, gaze straight out the middle of your sternum. Slide the right shoulder blade down, soften it. Inhale, decompress, come all the way out. Let's move into Janu Shavasana. Extend your right leg out to the side of you, tuck your left heel to groin. Foot is active, back of the leg pressing down. Can you still feel your sit bones? Bottom pressing. Let's take a half bind. Slide left arm behind you, grab the waistband of your leggings or a little deeper. Pick up some length and space in the front body and then lean in a side bend towards your right leg. It goes without saying that you let your head go. Take full breaths into the back ribs where your left forearm is across you. In fact, almost use this spot on the back body to lift up from. Then just let your head go. Release your bind, take a breath in, go up with the arm, wrap it out for a full side bend. Let the head again feel kind of disconnected from the body in the sense that it's able to relax. Take a big breath in, lift your low side left ribs up away from the hip and almost extend your waistline. Inhale, float up. Do it slowly, maybe cupping the head again feels good, gently raising yourself to straight. Swap legs, extend left leg, tuck right heel in. Make sure you're settled and rooted, half bind. Slide the right hand behind you. Pick up some length through the solar plexus and then slide into that side bend, letting the head go. You feel it again, there's a neck stretch here, right? As you let the head move towards the left shoulder, the right shoulder blade goes down, and there it is, spreading along that neckline. The hardest thing in this pose is the collapse around the belly button. So just for a moment, really focus on this area. Take an inhale and lift your rib cage away from the belly button and lean your mid ribs into the right forearm back. Then let it go. Release the right arm, take a long breath up. Wrap for side bend, reaching over yourself. Still tipping yourself kind of forwards, like you're reaching your chest through the arms. Connect again to active legs and feet. Breathe into your right side waistline, rib cage. How much opening can you get there? On an inhale, float the right arm back. Cup underside of head, lift it. Brilliant. Take the legs out, straight, a little shake. Let's lie down, grab a prop, either a solid roll or a brick. Let's do 3-part twisting abs. So place something that's a little more solid in between the inner thighs. Take your legs straight up to the ceiling. Flaunt your feet, so it feels like you've got 5-inch heels on. Pressing through the balls of the feet, the toes retract back. So it looks like this. I'm bending my knees so you can see my feet, just in case. It's not a point and it's not a flex. It's a flaunt, right? Interlace hands placed behind the head. Wrap your elbows directly up to ceiling. Take a full breath in. Partially lift head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Squeeze prop between the inner thighs. As you exhale, reach your elbows towards the left thigh. Curl your tailbone and wrap your elbows upwards. Pull belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Soften everything, jaw in particular. Hold breath, squeeze prop. The thighs internally rotate onto the prop. Exhale, reach to right thigh. Curl tailbone, feet go directly up. Press belly down as you exhale out. Inhale back to center. Soften the shoulders. Hold breath, squeeze prop. Exhale, lift your elbows straight up the center line. Curl tailbone, reach through the balls of the feet and pull belly down. Inhale, everything releases, soften the head. Hold breath, squeeze prop. Really notice the squeeze of thighs onto prop. Exhale, reach to left thigh with elbows. Curl tailbone. Lift your left shoulder blade a little higher off the mat. Look at the ceiling. Belly draws down. Inhale back to center, full breath. Hold breath, squeeze prop. Feet are active. Exhale, reach to right thigh. Curl tailbone. Lift right shoulder blade a little higher. Press your belly down. Inhale back to center. Hold breath, squeeze prop, feet reach. Exhale, lift up, straight up the center line, curl tailbone. Wrap your elbows a little higher, press belly downwards. Inhale, float it back down, soften. One more round. Hold the breath, squeeze prop. Exhale, reach to left thigh. Curl tailbone. Wrap it out a little more. Don't yank on your neck. Make the core do all the heavy lifting. Inhale back to center, full breath. Hold breath, squeeze prop, reach elbows to right thigh, curl tailbone. Tiny moves these are, not a swinging and a swaying. Wrap it out, press belly down. Control the center. Inhale back to center. Hold breath, squeeze prop. Can you feel your inner thighs quivering? They should be getting a little tired now. Exhale, reach up the center line, curl tailbone, feet go up. Second tuck of tailbone, wrap out the elbows, pull belly down. And then slowly release head and shoulders, feet come down. Ooh, nice to come out of it. The great thing about abs is you get really present in them. You don't think about anything further than about 1 second in front of you. That's a really good outcome. You'll need a cork block. Have it handy nearby. You might have had it between your legs just now. Let's come into bridge pose. Tuck the feet towards the buttocks, arms relaxed to side. On an inhale, feel your feet, and as you exhale, lift your hips. Take a couple of breaths here to acclimatize to your bridge. A beautiful opening of the front body, a full antidote to abs. Grab your cork block, place it underneath your sacrum, the little bony triangle at the base of your spine, and come to rest down on it. If the high height is a little too much, go to the medium height. Right foot centered, inhale, left knee to chest, take the left leg straight up. Spread the toes. Half Virasana, bend your left leg so the foot is near the buttock. Take your left hand around the side of you and grab the top of your foot, a little awkward, it's okay. And start to now pull the top of the foot so it tucks underneath your left butt cheek. Place the toenails down on the mat so the top of the foot gets a stretch. I suggest you hold the foot with your left hand, it's quite comforting. So I don't really need to tell you this, there is a front of thigh stretch now, left quad opening up. Make sure the left knee is in line with the hip, not floating to the left. Breathe. If it becomes unbearable to have the toes tucked underneath you, come onto the ball of the foot, but keep pressing the thigh forwards. Option to draw right knee to chest. Take the right hand and hug it towards you, or even extend the right leg for splits. These are completely optional. Just get a handle on your breathing. So opening through the front of the flexors here is intense, especially for first thing on a Tuesday morning. Don't think too far ahead. Don't think how long you're going to be here. What happens in the next breath? Break it down. You keep the next breath steady and long and deep. If the right leg was raised, bring it back to ground. Unhook, ravel your left foot. Both feet on the mat. Just take a breath, feeling a little bit of blood rushing back into the legs. Let's do the other side. Left foot centered. Inhale, right knee to chest. Take it up. Bend the knee. Right hand grabs the top of the right foot. Tuck it as far underneath the bum as you can, placing toenails down on the mat. Top of foot bent under feels very awkward. Keep the right knee drawing inwards, inner thigh gently working. Hold on to the foot with your right hand. It can feel quite supportive. Option to draw left knee to chest, hug it in. Still pressing through the front of the right thigh. Opening the leg to splits. 3 more breaths. What will you achieve when you do these breaths? How will you calm yourself? Soothe yourself with your breaths. It's just a stretch. Let the shoulders go, let the jaw go. Float left leg down if it was up. Come out of the foot torture, feet flat on the mat. Press into your feet a lot, lift your bum off the block, move it to one side. Take 3 breaths, rising up through your chest area as you lift into your front body. Get your legs to be a bit more active now. They had a bit of a rest, right? The underside of the buttocks. Squeeze those, really feel your glutes activate. Press right into the length of your quad muscles. They've got to stretch, they should feel more open. And then very slowly as you exhale, tuck tailbone lower, top back, mid back, low back, all the way to the floor. When you get there, just take a breath. Walk your feet as wide as the mat. Let's windscreen wiper out the knees. Inhale. Lower both knees together to the right side, rolling onto the outside edge of your feet and pressing through the left hip. Inhale back to center. Windmill to the left. Both knees roll open. Press through the right front of thigh. Inhale, come back to center. Roll both knees to the right and then come up to seated slowly. Come on to all fours. Tabletop position. Hands stacked under shoulders, knees under hips. Take a breath in, lift the left arm directly up. Take your right leg, straighten it with a flexed foot and lift it directly behind you. For a moment, notice if you're yawning the hip. The right hip is level with the left hip. Push into your right hand, engage your armpit muscle. Feel for squeezing the right buttock on as you reach these diagonals apart from each other. Belly lifts to core. And then float the left hand down, right knee to mat. Swap it out. Right arm extends, left leg extends. Squeeze the heel away from you, lower the left hip. There's a control here. I want you to feel it as you breathe. Push into left hand. Feel the top of the right shin stabilize you. Core is engaged. Float the right hand down. Float the left knee down. Move your hands forwards of the shoulders, spreading really wide, right? Starfish hands. Turbo dog. Lower the elbows to hover just above the floor. Wrap your elbows towards each other like they've got an imaginary beach ball to cling onto. Take a full inhale into upper back, dome it out. Shoulder blades slide to the sides. Curl toes, straighten the legs. So your elbows are hovering. There is a fierceness in your connection to your armpit muscle. Shake out the head, yes, no, it's not coming into the neck. Active feet push into the mat, scoop your belly, squeeze inner thighs. Take 3 more breaths here, really notice the breaths. As you inhale, the whole of your rib cage lifts up towards the tailbone. Feel like you don't dump into the shoulders, you rise off them, away from them. Knees come down. Dolphin prelude, listen up. Place your forearms on the mat, but bring them forwards of the shoulder line and have your hands in prayer. So you feel like you've slightly gone too far with these elbows. Now walk your knees a tiny bit behind the hip line and then let your bottom hang back like you're trying to pull it towards your heels, but it doesn't get there. It gets sort of stuck hanging midway. There's a lengthening through the arms and the armpits. Put your forehead on the mat. Bend your elbows. Prayer hands come to the base of the skull. Feel for reaching into the underside of your ribs and your armpit.
So energetically, as you pull the bum back towards the heels, you feel a stretch underside of body. Visualize the space between your heart center and let it dip to the floor, particularly on the exhale. It's like you're softening your chest downwards. So you've got to let go in the middle of the shoulder blades. If you can't feel the stretch, walk your elbows a couple of centimeters further forwards and let your chest hang down. Everyone open the mouth and sigh it out. Place your forearms back on the mat. Push into your hands and draw yourself back up. Come into down dog. Take a breath in down dog and feel for wrapping the elbows. So we're not doing turbo dog, but we're thinking about the motion of it, the kind of activation of the armpit. Come onto your tippy toes in down dog. Got my necklace stuck in my mouth. Come onto your tippy toes and lift your butt higher. Don't do anything with the arms, just lift your butt. And then as you exhale, lower both heels as close to the mat as you can. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, come onto tiptoes. Reach your bum higher, press into active hands. As you exhale, press into your calf stretch by letting the heels lower as far as they can. 1 more time. Inhale, come up. Keep lifting the tailbone. Exhale, lower down. Come back onto your knees. Grab a prop, either a block or a roll to place between the inner thighs. We're doing kneeling camel. So you've got the prop between your inner thighs and you're kneeling up. Your feet have options. They can be flat to the mat or it can feel a little more stabilizing to curl the toes under. Let's start by just putting the thumbs on the sacrum and pushing down. So you guess what? Encourage a little tuck. And then you squeeze your inner thighs onto the prop and you feel like you've lengthened your low back. Take a telescoping inhale, ribs lift away from the hips. And then I want you to feel like you shuffle your shoulder blades towards each other, like you're about to do some limbo dancing. And you press again onto the prop. The head, can't see my head. It feels good to hang it back in one sense because you think you're getting deeper, but I've decided that this is a false pretense. I think you should tuck the chin to the chest and just let the shoulders hang back so you feel into the upper back. And this is a tiny upper back bend, don't overdo it. I just want you to notice your breathing. Take an inhale, lift your ribs up away from the belly button. And then let your shoulders go, right? They get hunchy, they get tight, they get grippy. Maybe at the last moment you hang the head back. Because it does feel kind of freeing. And then slowly draw your chin up, straighten. Take the prop from between the inner thighs, back into down dog. Walk your feet to join your hands and stand up at the top of your mat for sun salutations. Have padding across the middle of the mat for your knees, if that's helpful. Turn music on, your own music if you've got it. Notice your breathing. Get your breathing kind of going. Take an inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold, hang down. Lunge, left foot to back of mat. Lower the knee. Take an inhale, lift up. Remember the sensation of rising ribs, feel it. Hands down, plank, step back. Push into your armpits, engage your core. Knees lower, chest lowers, modified chaturanga. Hands slightly forwards of the shoulders. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left leg lunges forward, right knee to mat. Take a full breath in, extend upwards. Feel the top of your right foot press to the mat. Exhale, float to forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, come up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, right side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, hang down. Right leg steps back, knee comes to the mat. Breathe, big breath in, reach up to your fingertips. Exhale, hands down, plank, step back. Push into your hands, take an additional inhale. As you exhale, your knees lower, your chest lowers, one smooth line. Control it. Take a breath in, feel for squeezing buttocks and lifting the ribs through the arms. Exhale, lengthen the belly, reset, down dog. Right leg lunges to front of mat, left knee down. Take a full breath in here, feel for squeezing the left buttock. Exhale, float to forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's go again, inhale, reach. Exhale, hang down. Lunge, left leg behind, knee to mat. Take a breath in, reach the arms to the ceiling, and then pause. Notice where you could go with this lunge. Can you actually let the groin slide a little closer to the right heel? But don't do this at the expense of low back dump. Squeeze your left buttock on and then lift your rib cage away from the waistline. Take both hands to your right thigh and traction it forwards here. So push the thigh, flesh of the thigh out of the socket and then lift your chest. Still feeling your left glute squeezing underneath you. Both feet are active. Your breath is huge. Hands released, frame the right foot, plank, step back. Push into your armpits, dome your upper back, knees lower, chest lowers, modified chaturanga. Inhale, low cobra, scoop it out. Lengthen on the way down, almost more important, hands under shoulders, down dog. Left leg steps to front of mat, right knee down, low lunge, inhale up. Pause, feel for the availability of opening through right hip, tucking and squeezing right glute. Both hands float to left thigh, push it out of the hip, lift your chest, soften shoulder blades down the back body. Engage a little more connection to the right underside of buttock. Neck is relaxed. Hands float to frame the left foot, forward fold. On an inhale, come up to standing, pressing through your active feet. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more round, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, hang down. Right leg steps back, knee to mat. Take a full breath in here, arms reach. Half brain cradle. Take only the left hand and traction the thigh. Sink through the right hip. This right hand goes behind the head. Elbow wraps in. Can you feel the shoulder blade, the armpit lengthen up? And then here we are, mini back bend. Let the whole weight of your head be cradled in your right hand as you breathe into your right hip. Keep connecting to your tuck for low back support. If you're not pulling under with your right buttock, you're going to hurt your low back. Beware. Take a lengthening breath into right waistline. Inhale, center yourself, hands to mat. Plank, step back. Take a full breath, push the belly to ceiling as you exhale, knees lower. Tuck tailbone, chest lowers. Low cobra. Initiate the lift on an inhale, lengthening the legs. Exhale, down dog. Right leg lunges forward, left knee to mat. Take a breath in, arms reach. Find your space in the left hip. Take right hand to right thigh, press it forwards. Half brain cradle, left hand, underside of head. Wrap the elbow in, get a sense of lifting into armpit. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, let the head be cradled in the hand, mini back bend. Left buttock, glute firmly squeezing to the hamstring. Oh, where's the space when you need it? Be really present with this. Feel into your breath. Don't get busy in your head, stay with your body. Inhale, straighten up, hands float to frame right foot, forward fold. Come all the way to standing, inhaling. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take 3 breaths, finding your center right there with your feet grounded. Chair pose, inhale, sink the butt low, arms extend. Exhale, deep forward fold, hang down. Inhale, halfway lift, long back. Hands to mat, step or hop into plank. Take a breath in plank, push into your armpits, full or modified chaturanga, your choice, knees lower, or you come to hover. Inhale, low cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's do this. Take an inhale, lift your left leg straight up to ceiling, spreading the toes, one-legged down dog. Reach up through the big toe pad. As you exhale, knee to chest, left knee to the chest, hinge into high plank, scoop the belly. Again, inhale, left leg extends. Exhale, knee to chest, scoop it forwards, engaging core as you lift the knee to your sternum. Inhale, leg extends. Exhale, knee to chest, hover it, and then place your left foot between your hands. Easier said than done. You might have to do it in bite-sized chunks. Maybe you grab it with the left hand and place it there. On an inhale, come all the way up to warrior 2. So the front foot is straight, back foot 90 degrees. Let's do reverse warrior. Inhale, right arm goes up. Get some additional length in the right side ribs and cartwheel the right arm to the back thigh. Traction and sink into the front left thigh, and then take a sweeping reach of the left arm above you. Side bending away from your left leg. And then find your breath. Let the head go. Pressing actively through the feet, lift your ribs, the left ribs away from the hip socket. On an inhale, float the left arm, place it on the left thigh for extended warrior variation. We're going to do sacral pulse. Listen up, make a fist with your right hand and place it on your low back, sacral area. The way this works is you take an inhale, you lift the chest. And as you exhale, you do 3 pelvic tilts, undulations, feeling like you pull the pubic bone to the belly button and then stick your butt out behind you. Let's do that again. So hand on the sacrum, inhale, lift the chest. For the whole exhale, do 3 pulses, curling pubic bone forwards, feeling like you mobilize the low back. Pause, take an inhale. Lift the chest. As you exhale, press your fist onto your sacrum, encourage it to tuck forwards, then let it lift back. 3 undulations. It's really whatever feels kind of lubricating around the low back. Release both hands, they frame the left foot, step back into plank, take a breath. Lift your belly, tuck tailbone, knees lower as you exhale, chest lowers. Come all the way to the floor. Hands forward to the shoulders, take a really big inhale, lift your chest up, and then exhale, come back down and grab your roll. If you don't have a roll, find maybe a sofa cushion and bend it in half. You need a little lump to lie over. Your belly, the fleshy part of your belly is going to go over the roll.
And you're going to let it kind of push into your belly button area, and it's going to feel weird. Gurgle, gurgle, pulse, pulse, all of that. Lie down over the roll for a couple of breaths. Just let it in. Lie down over your object. Let the jaw relax. Let's do cobra over the roll. Have your hands forward of your shoulders as wide as the mat. Take a really long breath in. Feel the tops of your feet press to the ground as you lift your chest. And when you get up here, I want you to draw your shoulder blades together. Press your collarbones forwards, but particularly squeeze your buttocks on as you breathe into your heart center. You've got 2 more breaths here. Feel for lengthening the tailbone underneath you, not letting the low back take the pain, right? No pain here. No feelings of, sharp jabbing in the low back. And then as you exhale, it's almost like you pull your front ribs more lengthways over the mat and deposit them further along. Just lie down, head turns to one side, 2 more breaths. Hands under shoulders, curl toes, down dog. Inhale, right leg raises to the ceiling, spread the toes. Exhale, right knee to chest, hinge forwards into high plank, scoop it up. Press into your armpits. Inhale, right leg extends, feet super active. Exhale, right knee to chest, scoop it up. Inhale, right leg extends, spread it, feel for lifting. Exhale, knee to chest, you're in high plank, hover. Breathe more. Deposit, place right foot between the hands. You might need to grab it with your right hand and put it there. That's good, right? And then step up into warrior 2. Front right foot straight, back foot 90 degrees. Left arm reaches on an inhale, cartwheel to back leg. Deepen the traction out of the right thigh. And then as a floating inhale, right arm reverses to the back. Let the head go. Focus a moment on the front right ribs and breathe into them. This sense of trusting the process, right? Knowing that these moves you are making your body do are bringing a little space into spots that don't get much attention. And in a way, the more unusual or even uncomfortable the pose feels, the more work you've got to do there. Float on an inhale, right arm to right leg, knee, thigh for extended warrior sacral pulse. Let the head go. Fist with the left hand on the sacrum. Inhale, lift your chest. As you exhale, for the length of your exhale, do 3 pulses, pulling the pubic bone towards the belly button and then releasing the butt out behind you. Like a little kind of hip swivel. Inhale. Exhale, 3 pulses. Shows you how long your exhale is. Last one, inhale, lift your left shoulder. Exhale, pulse it out. Feel for undulating back and forth through the low spine. Release the left hand. Both hands frame the right foot. Step back into down dog. Take a breath in down dog. Turbo dog is your option. Bend elbows, wrap and squeeze them towards each other, lifting the butt higher. If you want to stay in down dog, that's completely fine. Take 2 more breaths. Straighten the arms, you're back in down dog. Left leg steps to front of mat, warrior 1. Front foot straight, back foot turned out, rise up.
Lance Dodger with half brain cradle. Take your left hand, make a fist. We're familiar with this. Place it on the low sacrum and push down to encourage a tuck through the right glute. As you inhale, the right arm floats up. You cradle the back of your head. We've also done this. Wrap the elbow, lift up through the underside of armpit, and then can you let your head hang in your right hand? There's a haunch to the right buttock. You feel the top edge of the glute pop up. Push with your fisted left hand down on that to lengthen the low back. And then lift space into your front ribs. Flubber out the lips. Lengthening the front belly. Inhale, float back up. You're still in warrior one, release the arms. Let's do twisting warrior one. Inhale, right arm goes up, make a fist. Lower your right elbow onto your left thigh, and then pause a moment. Take a breath, lengthening the sides of the ribs, and then turn to your left. Left arm cups right fist. Press the two together, lean away from the left thigh. Let the head go, no drishti, no neck. So there's a lot going on here because there's a twist, and then you've got your feet, your stable base you need to rely on. Feel for letting the whole head hang. And let the left shoulder roll behind you, not forwards. Release out of this, hands to mat. Step back into plank. Take a breath. Lift your belly, scoop it up, tuck tailbone. As you exhale, knees lower, chest lowers, modified chaturanga all the way down. Inhale, low cobra. Lift your chest, squeezing inner thighs. And then come down. Grab your roll, place it under your belly and lie over it. Completely trust the roll to do its work by letting yourself soften over the roll and let it in. Maybe even wiggling your hips side to side for additional gut massage. Lengthen your feet away from your groin, hands in front of the shoulders as wide as the mat. 3 cobras over the roll. Take an inhale, lift your chest. Squeeze shoulder blades together, rise up. Exhale, more length as you deposit your belly button over the roll. 2 more. Inhale, squeeze inner thighs together, activate buttocks, lift up. Exhale, lengthen the belly across the roll as you come down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lengthen on the way down. Hands under shoulders, curl toes, down dog. Let's check out the backs of the legs. Take an inhale, come onto your tippy toes. We did it, right? Stick your butt as high as it will go. As you exhale, lower both heels down. Feel for stretching the calf muscle. Again, inhale, come onto tiptoes. Hands active, wrap your elbows towards each other. Exhale, lower heels. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, lower down. Step right foot forwards. Oh no, we've got to do our knee to chest. I knew there was a workout here. Inhale, right leg raises up. Exhale, right knee to chest, hinge it, scoop the belly up, push into armpits. Again, inhale, right leg reaches, spread the toes. Exhale, knee to chest. High plank, so you push up and you lift the core. Last one, inhale, right leg extends, reach as far as it will go. Exhale, knee hovers near the chest, hold yourself. Can you now place the right foot between the hands, maybe giving it some help? Warrior one, come all the way up. Hips square.
Lance Dodger with half brain cradle. Right hand makes a fist. Half bind behind you, pushing the top of your right fist onto the haunch of your left buttock. Inhale, left arm goes up. Already feel length into left side ribs, hand behind the head. Half brain cradle, lift your gaze. Let your whole head soften into your left hand. This pose doesn't work unless you breathe, and with the breaths, you lengthen your front body every inhale. Otherwise, it feels really sticky and really awkward. Let yourself feel the opening through the heart center. Deepen the right knee bend. Outside edge of left foot presses to mat. And then on an inhale, float your head back up, release the hands. Take a breath, lift your left arm up, make a fist. Twist to the right, hook your left elbow on top of the right knee thigh, let the head go. Top hand, right hand clasps the left fist. Push the two together and lean away from your right thigh. Feel like you expand sideways in the rib cage. And with that length through the crown of the head, you can rotate a little more. Let the head fully soften. If you're holding your neck, let it go. Keep saying it to yourself. Sometimes we need to say it 3 times before it actually happens. You let your neck go, you get wobbly, right? Why is that? Because you were using your neck to support the pose. That's crazy. Use your core to support the pose. Otherwise, we get lazy around the midsection. Release the hands. They come to the mat. Step back into down dog. Take a full breath in down dog. And then very slowly come to your knees. One more camel before we wind down. So if you liked having the prop between the inner thighs, and I suggest it's a good option for engaging length through the tailbone, do that. Now your options are back traction, thumbs on sacrum pushing down. This should feel a little more open. Maybe come up onto the toes so the heels are there if you want to go deeper. Lift your ribs. So the first stage is to inhale, lengthen, telescope low ribs away from the waistline. With a firm tuck, shuffle your shoulders back. Head hangs, like I said, or you can have it chin to chest. You'll still get the stretch. It's the same stretch. If you'd like to go deeper, you might take one hand to the heel, and you might just start with one hand. Maybe you take both hands. This is optional. When you get the hands there, press the pelvis forwards, like the front of the thighs are glued to a flat surface. And if it's too much, you keep your hands on your sacrum, chin tucked to chest, you're just softening your front body. Just let it all hang out. Keep squeezing the roll or the brick. On an inhale, float back up. You've still got the prop there. I'd like you to lie down on your tummy for cobra with the prop between the inner thighs. So lie down, it's right there. Hands forward of shoulders. Make sure you've got a firm grip already on that prop. You feel your inner thigh muscles activate. Legs are long. Take an inhale, squeeze the prop fiercely. Use that to lift your chest, engaging underside of buttocks. And then as you exhale, lengthen yourself forwards and down. 2 more. Inhale, squeeze the prop a lot. Keep squeezing it as you lift up. Keep squeezing, keep squeezing. And then as you exhale, lower down slowly. You're still squeezing the prop. Last one, inhale, squeeze prop. Feel the inner thighs begin to vibrate with activity. Lift up. Exhale, more length on the way down. Roll onto your backs. If the prop is still there, just remove it.
Just for a moment, lie down with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Let's do a back traction here with Uddiyana. Place the heels of your hands into the top of your thighs near your hip crease. And then very deliberately lock out your arms. Your shoulders will shrug up to your ears, but you'll feel like you're pushing your hands into your thighs a lot. Take a breath in. Blow everything out of your mouth and flatten your low back to the mat. Hold your breath and then suck your belly up and under into low ribs, Uddiyana. Release the belly, take a breath in. Blow everything out of the mouth, straighten the arms again, flatten the low back. Hold your breath, don't breathe. Scoop belly up and under into ribs. Lengthen your tailbone away from the mid waistline. Release it off. Extend both legs down the mat. Draw your left knee to chest, hug it in tight. Take right hand to outside edge of left knee. Come into a single leg twist as you roll the left thigh across you and extend the left arm to the side of you. Keep your breath soft as you feel for reaching a little tuck through the tailbone. Twists are really interesting, right? Because they get into the low back. So you need to still keep that length through the tailbone. Left shoulder is really relaxing to the floor. Inhale, come out of it. Lengthen your left leg, draw your right knee to chest, hug it in. Take your left hand to outside edge of the right knee and roll it across you. Right arm in T formation or a little wider. Feel that lengthening of the tailbone as you work into the low back. Breath is in the ribs, neck is relaxed. And then really slowly come back, come into Shavasana. Legs up the wall. If you feel a little low back activated, you might do Shavasana with knees bent, rocking in towards each other. So you've got a beautiful flat sacrum. If you've got a bolster, you could put it under your knees. Arms away from the torso, on the torso. Pay a little attention to your shoulder blades, slide them down from the earlobes. Your Shavasana is your golden moment, right, to uptake your work. You don't need to think beyond your Shavasana. Stay really present with it and really relishing what it offers up.
Start to slowly deepen your breaths. Bring a little movement into hands, feet. Arms reach above you, legs extend away. Take a breath. Reach into length. And then as you exhale, hug your knees to your chest and give your low back a little massage out. Take your left arm up above you, gently roll onto your left side and pause. Keep your eyes shut, keep your breath slow. When I run after what I think I want, my days are a furnace of stress and anxiety. If I sit in my own place of patience, what I need flows to me and without pain. From this, I understand that what I want also wants me, is looking for me and attracting me. There is a great secret here for anyone who can grasp it. So what's really cool about that is it's written by Rumi. It's like a 13th century poet. Wisdom a long time ago. Press yourself up to seated slowly. Come into prayer at hands at chest. That which is sacred in me honors and salutes that which is sacred in you. Namaste. Brilliant. Well done, everyone.